These are multi-step inequalities, okay? So we've kind of done these before. Our steps are going to be almost the same for all of these, okay? So I'm going to write the steps up here just so you have them. Find somewhere to write them on your paper, okay? So our first step is going to be to distribute. And what's distribute mean in layman's terms? Okay, when we do that boom, boom, what does that mean? Nobody? Don't remember? Okay, distribute means multiply in layman's terms, okay? It's when we have the parentheses, we need to multiply. Okay, our step 2 for all of these, okay, is going to be to combine like terms. Okay, our next step is going to be to add / subtract the kid. Okay, and what's our last step almost always? Starts with a D. Divide. Okay, so our last step is always going to be divide. But with inequalities, okay, we have one extra step. And I'm going to write flip question mark. Okay, what do I mean flip question mark? When do you need to flip the sign?
You need to divide by a negative.
When we divide by a negative. So if we divide by a negative, then we would have to flip. If we don't, then we don't need to flip. Okay? I cannot break these problems down any more Barney style than this, right? So follow your steps one by one and you should be all right. So distribute. Are there any parentheses in number 1? No, there's not. So we can skip that step. Okay, step 2 says combine like terms. Okay, is there anything we can combine? And we only look at one side at a time. So is there anything we can combine on this side of the problem?
3x and 2x.
The 3x and the 2x. Why can we combine those ones?
They both have x.
They both have x. So we've talked about siblings before. Okay, I have little sisters that go to Wayne. Okay, they're still my sisters. Okay, but they have we have the same last name. Do we have the same first name? No, my dad would be freaking dumb if he named us all Ashley. Okay, like who does that? Okay, so we're both still a Henning. We both still have the same last name, but our first names are different. Okay, so we can combine those two because they're family. So a 3x or a plus 3 minus 2 is going to give us 1x. Okay, and then we still got this 3 over here, so we're going to say plus 3 is less than or equal to 8. Okay, our next step says add or subtract the kid. Who's the kid?
3.
The 3. So do we add or subtract it?
Subtract.
We're going to subtract it. So 1x is less than or equal to 8 minus 3 is going to be 5. I'm sorry, because I know I got the thing. You can move if you want to. I have to record during this period too because I have online kids. Okay, and then our last step is going to be to do what?
Divide.
Divide. Do we need to flip our sign? Why not?
Because it's no negative.
Yeah, so the 1 right here on the denominator isn't negative, so we don't need to flip it. Okay, so it's going to stay the same. Okay, and now we're ready to graph it. So we go to the 5. Should that be an open dot or a closed dot? Closed. And pointed which way?
To the left.
To the left. Okay, we're going to scroll down a little bit. Can I scroll? Are you guys done?
I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't get the part when you did the 3x minus 2. Why did you do
right here.
Yeah.
So we can put those together, so we can set, you just type them on the calculator the way it is. So the only time we say like -3 on both sides is if we're trying to move it from one side of this split to the other side. Okay, we're not doing that with these because they're on the same side, which is gonna be the left side, because here's our split, our little fence. So we can just put them together. So on your calculator, you would just type +3 -2, and then write that part down. Okay, so let's look at number 3. Okay, our first step is to distribute. Are there any parentheses?
No.
No, so we don't need to distribute. Kyle, are you writing or staring off into space?
Both.
Yeah, no. Okay, our next step is going to be to combine like terms. What can we combine?
8 minus 8.
So, do they have the same last name?
Oh, so negative 4 minus 8.
The -4 and the -8n. So, see how they have the same last name? They're both the Jones. Okay, the other one, is this guy related to you? No, you don't have the same last name at all. Okay, so we can't put that with anything. So on your calculators, you're going to type in -4 minus 8, and that's going to give you -12n. And what else do we have up here that we have not used yet?
That's all. Oh, the 8.
The -8. And then we can copy this other stuff down. So less than or equal to -20. Okay, we add or subtract the kid. Who's the kid?
The 8.
The 8. So we're going to add or subtract it? Add it, because right now it's a minus, so we're going to make it a plus. Okay, so you got -12n. And this one is going to be -12 also.
So you flip this on.
So what's our last step?
But
Divide.
1.
And you are going to get a 1, and yes, we do flip it. Because that 12 on the bottom is negative. Okay? So if we go to the 1, should it be open or closed? Closed. Pointed to the right. Okay, what number is in front of that X?
1.
Yeah, so there's a 1. So I'm going to say, just put a 1 there. And a lot of times that's really, really going to help you guys. So our first step is going to be to distribute. Is there anything to distribute? That means parentheses. No. Okay, our next step is going to be combine like terms. What can we combine?
1x and 3.
A 1x and a 3x. So on your calculator, type in +1 and a -3. So it's going to give you -2x. Less than or equal to 0. Our next step is going to be to add or subtract the kid. Who's the kid? There is no kid. They are single parents. They ain't got no dang kids. So we don't have any kid to add or subtract. So what's our next step? Divide. So we're going to divide by -2. It's going to be 0. Do we need to flip? Yes. Okay, on 0, is it going to be open or closed? Closed, pointed to the right. Okay, 7. Can we distribute? Is there parentheses? No. Okay, our next step is to combine like terms. What can we combine?
7.
Okay, the 7 and the 8. So on your calculator, you're going to type in -7 plus 8, and that's going to give you a 1a. What else do we have that we haven't used yet? then minus 8. And we drop down the sign and the negative 4. Okay, we need to add or subtract the kid. What are you doing?
I'm getting a calculator.
Why are you texting? No, put that up.
Obviously, she just told me.
Don't be yucky. Okay, add or subtract the kid. Okay, so I have 1a is less than or equal to 4. And what's our last step always? Divide. So I got a. Do we need to flip our sign?
No.
No, because that one's not negative, we don't need to flip it. Okay, we're gonna go to the 4 and put a closed dot. And it needs to be pointed towards the left. Okay, number 9. Is there parentheses? Do we need to distribute?
No.
No? Okay, we're going to combine like terms. What can we combine?
7 and -1.
The 7 and the 1. Okay, so a -1 plus 7 is going to give you 6. What else do I got up there that I ain't used yet?
2n.
2n, so plus 2n is less than or equal to 20. Okay, we need to add or subtract the kid. So we say minus 6, minus 6. So 2n is less than or equal to 14. And what's our last step always? Divide. Okay, so we go to the 7. It should be a closed dot pointed towards the left.